How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today we're taking my S-Class down to South Florida to get plastidipped by the pros. So you're joining me today on a very, very gloomy, foggy morning, but the weather is actually pretty nice. It's not even cold, and as you can see, I have my S-Class, my S500 on the back of that trailer. We have removed all the Plastidip, and we are en route, or we are going to be en route, to South Florida to visit the guys at dipyourcar.com. Now, they're about 250 miles away, so it's going to be a bit of a road trip, but we have that thing. I just put on new tires on it, and it's going to be a lot of fun, so let's go. Oh yeah. One of the weirdest things about towing a car behind you is the fact that every time you look in the rearview mirror, you see a car right on your back bumper, and it just freaks me out. My brain has a temporary freak out. You can see it right there in the rearview camera, and it's just weird. So finally made it. We are at dipyourcar.com HQ, and here we got Mr. Fonzie over here.
Heyo.
Yeah, he's the mastermind behind all this Dip Your Car stuff. Basically the whole brand behind it. He has all these awesome colors, and hopefully we'll get some color on my S-Class. But these cars are awesome. We have a E63 AMG wagon. It's just insane. And then over there, see an M3 with a really cool matte green. And then over there is an Audi RS7. That thing is just nuts. But right now, we're gonna go inside the store and we're gonna try to pick out a color. So the one I had on my car was the deep sea blue pearl.
Yeah.
And I like the way that looked, but I think it could be a little less loud. I guess it's for more of a sports car, and that's not a sports car, you know?
It's got a lot of pizzazz to it.
Yeah.
People want a little bit more of an aggressive blue.
Yeah, so maybe like a blue with like a gray mixed into it, like something like this. But I don't know, or we can just do something like neutral, like a gray, or...
You know what would be a great pearl?
What?
Is we have a steel blue.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of a hybrid of a blue and a gray put together. I think steel blue, first of all, it's very user-friendly. It's easy to spray. The coverage is great. It doesn't fight you on anything. Some of these pearls are really difficult to use. Some of them are very easy. Steel blue is very easy to use, and it's, like I said, a hybrid. It's got some gray elements, it's got some blue elements. It might be what you're looking for.
Sure. I mean, when I was dipping the pearl at my house, it actually wasn't that hard to put on. It's just me not knowing everything that needs to go into it. And also, I didn't have a lot of space because I have a two-car garage, and I was like basically up against the wall.
That could cause problems.
Yeah. So that's going to cause
some issues. We're going to dial
issues.
in your technique a little.
Right. Okay. So the car's here, and it is a little worse for wear. The bumper came off. So we have to figure out a solution for that. Buy a lowered car, they said. That'll be fun, they said. All right, so I'm in DYC headquarters. Here is the DYC RS6, the S4, the A4 is back there. I don't know if you can see it. And here's my piece of crap S-Class with a falling off bumper. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use something called Dip Dissolver. Now, I didn't actually have that in my vicinity when I was taking off all the dip. That would have helped with the little faults that I had, like these little stragglers here. Yeah, that would have done real well. But right now, hey, Fonzie's here. So he has some dip dissolver.
Yep.
And how does this work? Is it magic?
It's as close to magic as it gets. Basically, what it does is it very quickly and very safely reliquefies the Plastidip so that you can either wipe it off with a towel or a rag, or the more effective is to blast it off with a pressure washer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Now, there's a lot of things out there that will dissolve Plastidip because it's solvent-based. But a lot of them will also do damage to your plastics, do damage to your paint. Dip Dissolver is by far the fastest and, like I said, more importantly, the safest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on one section of the car at a time.
Okay.
Not the entire car, just systematically focus on one panel.
Great.
We're gonna saturate all the little like stragglers, like you said, with dip dissolver. Wait until it gets fully liquid, and we'll show you when we can identify that, and then we're just gonna blast it off clean with the power washer.
Sweet, that sounds great. All right, so as you can see in the front of the car, we have a bunch of dip that was a little too thin to peel off normally. And we have some dip dissolver, and I'm really angsty. Put anxious and antsy together. Really anxious to see what this does to the dip.
All right, so what we're gonna do is try to focus on, like I said, one area at a time. And the first will just be this section of the bumper here. So what we're gonna do with the dip dissolver is just basically spray it onto the dip.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna let it saturate there for, you know, a good 60 seconds or so.
It smells citrusy.
Oh yeah, there's one of the main elements of it is the citrus oil.
Oh, awesome.
So we're gonna let that go, and as you can tell, it's already starting to soften up.
Oh, look at that.
It goes really fast.
That is awesome.
Now down here is a little thicker, so this is gonna take a little bit longer, but you can see
It's already
starting.
coming off. That's nuts.
So what I like to do is just continue to saturate it a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Until I do like that. I use like a back of my fingernail test.
Right.
To where I'll use the back of my fingernail and wait until I can get all the way through it. See right there, it's liquefying, but I can't get all the way through it.
Cool.
So some of the areas like that are thicker, we may have to apply it twice, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up.
All right, I'm taking a quick break because it is hot out there, but I wanted to tell you about the hotness I found in here. This is an Audi A4. I know I said it was an S4 before. Apparently, I don't know my Audis, but this is actually dipped, and it looks like a really good paint job. You can see the reflection. Look at that. Hello, world. Yeah, look at that. That is a dip job. This is Gabe from DYC, and this is his A4, and this is apparently pushing a ton of power, somewhere around 600 horsepower. Yeah, 500 at the wheels. No big deal. No big deal. But dude, this thing looks amazing, and I didn't know Plastidip could be this kind of luminescent, this reflective. Autoflex. Okay, so this is Autoflex, but it is it is completely removable, and this is also the same way. So this is a Audi RS6, and I always loved these cars. I actually had a Audi 2.7T A6, and I always imagined that my car would somehow look like this, even though it never did. That is freaking sweet. Okay, back to that. All right, all the dip is off the car. We have removed all the old deep sea blue, and we are just now washing the car. At least Gabe is washing the car. I'm sitting around just talking to you guys. But this thing is gonna look freaking awesome. I can't wait. Because he's engaging browsers mode as well. All right, the car is almost there. We are right now in the world famous Dip Your Car dipping booth. I guess that's what you call it. And the car is getting dried off. It's on a floor made of paper, and which is way more intense and way more professional than anything I would have done. But it looks pretty good. Look at it. It's nice and clean. We just cleaned it, and when I say we, I mean Gabe over there. And right now it's just getting dried off, and then we can put on the new color. Well, at least we have to mask it off first. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to mask it off, and then we'll put on the new color, and I hope you guys like it, because I definitely do.
Oh, the car just took a dump.
So the masking off for today is pretty much done. We have a little bit more to go. We have the windshield and the windows to do. We're gonna do that tomorrow morning, but take a look at this. Now, everything is masked off very, very well. The guys here are pros, so they've done this a million times. What I'm gonna do with this car, right here, you can see this yellow masking tape. That is chrome, and I think that chrome is gonna pop the color out, because the color is going to be very similar to this, but it's going to be has a little more pizzazz. With this, the door handle, the chrome here, is not going to be masked off because I'm just going to go over this. I don't think the chrome on the door handles really makes anything look better. And also masking this off, especially for something that people touch all the time, might be troublesome. So we're just going to dip right over this. And I think it should be really clean. But coming back here, you guys can see that I masked off my tow hook and all the exhaust components, and all this stuff is masked off. Now, Plastidip, technically, you can just paint over this. You can just spray right over all these components, and then you just take a little edge, and then you can peel off what you don't want. The guys here, they told me that instead of doing that, it just saves you time, saves you headache, especially if you have overspray and stuff like that, if you just mask things off like you would with a regular paint job. Now, I'm not expecting much, but I'm ready to be wowed by what we're gonna do with this car tomorrow. I'm very, very excited, and I hope you guys like what we have in store, but yeah, this thing is getting a total makeover, and I can't wait. So that's it for today. I learned a lot with the Dip Your Car guys. I learned a lot with Fonzie. I learned a lot with Gabe. And I'm gonna learn a lot tomorrow when we actually dip this thing. So big shout out to them. Big shout out to Michelin for providing me the tires on my dually to get the 300-mile journey down here. And yeah, that's all my shout outs for today, except for you guys. You guys get the biggest shout out of all. You think I'll forget you? No. I actually have something for you guys, and it is this. Check that out. It's new Wrench Everyday shirt, and this was designed by my friend Andrew Howell. He's really into this aesthetic. I love this shirt, so you can check all that out in the link in the description below. But until next time, this is me telling you that life is just too short to drive boring cars, but actually we did some wrenching today, so this is me telling you to wrench every day.